Hello, thank you for joining Minutes with Michelle. Last week I told you I was going to show you some of my favorite things to use for food, my favorite plates, my favorite spoons, and all that kind of stuff. So today I'm going to get to show you. All right, so first things first. This is my absolute favorite plate. I love divider plates because we can teach children how to eat a variety of foods without them actually touching. I use these a lot in feeding therapy when kids are kind of scared of food. I put like their favorites, and then I also put their non-favorites, and they're usually able to tolerate the food as long as they're not touching. So I love divider plates for our picky eating children, or for our children that we're trying to get to try a different variety of foods. Still my favorite bottle after all this time. I know so many bottles have come out. Dr. Brown's is still my favorite. Especially, I love how the nipple shape is. I love how it helps decrease colic and upset stomach episodes because of too much air in the bottle. I know some people say like, oh, well, but what about the cleaning the little thing inside? It's worth it. It's worth it. And so a lot of times I still recommend the Dr. Brown's bottle. My favorite cup. So usually when they switch from bottles, I usually tell parents to either go to an open cup or an open type cup, but don't go from this type of nipple to another sippy cup that has a nipple. So I always say change it up. My favorite to go from bottle is to go to a straw cup. I love straw cups, any kind of straw cups. I'm not even big on spending a lot of money. These cups are usually like $5 or less. And so I always say switch to a straw cup if you don't want to go straight to an open cup, just to save the mess. And so I love straw cups. Any type of straw cup is usually good. If it's like I usually prefer like sometimes a softer straw or a harder straw. Just depends. I like to go from bottle to cup or to a straw cup just to strengthen those oral motor skills. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite cups. This one is one of my favorites because it's called a nosy cup, and it helps. Let me show you an example really quick. So if you were drinking from a cup like this, we have to tilt our head all the way back, and then children typically spill all the drink all over them. But with this nosy cup, you can drink from it, and you can keep tilting and keep tilting and keep tilting, and a lot of times the water or the drink or whatever is in there isn't going to spill all over the child's face. And so this is a good practice training cup that I really like. But a lot of kids can still practice with a regular open cup, just with practice, and then they master it on their own. What's another one of my favorites? Let's see. I love, okay, so I didn't open these yet just because I actually use them for patients, and so I don't open them until I'm actually going to use them. So I haven't used this back yet. And so these are just little spoons. When I'm working with little kids and little mouths, I like to give them small spoons that fit into their little mouths instead of an adult spoon. And so I like little spoons, and the flatter the spoon is, the better, so that they don't have to open as wide. And so I like these little flat spoons, and they're tiny for the tiny little mouths. And they even have spoons that are smaller than this. So we want to make sure that it's proportional. What else do I have? I always have all this random stuff. Oh, and I have one of these. And so this is a nibbler. And this is this still has to do with food. I brought this in here because I love these, because when we're teaching kids to chew different foods, but we don't want them to actually like chew or choke on something, a lot of times, I'm going to show you this right here. It's like a little mesh pad. We put food inside of this little mesh thing, like a strawberry or something, if we don't want them to actually chew the strawberry because they're too young. And so we put the strawberry inside of this mesh thing, and so they're able to chew and get all the yummy juice out of the strawberry and work on strengthening those oral motor skills and chew and taste and everything like that before they actually have to chew the whole strawberry. So I like this because it gives them the flavor and the chewing practice and everything before they actually eat the food. I know I had a lot to talk about today, and so those are some of my favorite things. And so I'll put some of the links in the comments of the things that I talked about today. But if you ever have any questions, always put a comment in the question box. And I'm so happy that you joined me. Thank you for joining Minutes with Michelle. Have a wonderful day. Bye.